I thought it
Oh,
was
was it
him.
here? I think
Okay,
he was here.
I stand
Yeah.
corrected, my memory is what it is.
Yep.
With that said, if there are no
I just
corrections.
need some, I think, from my conversations, Commissioner Zelinski made the motion, and if you could help me out with, Commissioner Tinsley seconded it for the minutes, is that right? Does that seem right?
Can you live with that?
There was a
gentleman?
glitch in the tape, it didn't, it went off and then it came back on during the public hearing.
My memory serves me right, that's correct.
That is correct.
Yeah, don't rely on mine.
Touche. And then the public hearing
Thank you.
for Houston's final plat, Commissioner Burton made the motion and seconded by Commissioner Zelinski.
Yep,
That sounds right?
yep.
With those additions, you're free to make any other comments or approve them.
Motion to approve, as written.
Seconded.
Motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Next item on our agenda is a public hearing for Meadowbrook 2, final plat. Any additional comments?
No.
With that said, if anybody would like to come to the podium, give Linda your name and address, share any thoughts you have on the matter.
Hi, my name is David Martin. I'm with Massey Land Surveying. Tony couldn't make it tonight. We are in receipt of the staff planning review letter and also the city engineer review letter. We plan on abiding by all the comments and recommendations. So, if anyone has any questions, I'm here to answer them.
Did Tony have his discussion with?
Yes,
on the
yes,
pond?
he has had several discussions with, Mr. Meinert, and the Paradise Brothers are also having discussions, so they haven't quite met with, an agreement yet, but there has been discussions. So, they have been talking to one another.
It's just a discussion point, but since it's outside of this plat,
Mm-hmm.
We've got drainage, drainage was to go to that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether that should be a consideration on approval or not, having that resolved, but since it's not part of the plat, I guess it's part of the
I
whole
guess
point.
it could be a condition of
Yeah.
recording the final plat. And we'll take care of the easement, the drainage easement for the storm line to the pond and the drainage easement around the pond with a separate certificate of survey.
You can say.
I was just gonna say, being there is actual drainage from this plot, it almost has to be included somehow as part of it.
So the condition.
Right.
Yeah, I fully agree
Good
with
with
that.
that?
Yeah, mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how I figured it would happen.
I'm good.
Okay.
Anyone else have anything they'd like to contribute? If not, we will go ahead and close the public hearing. Gentlemen, any additional thoughts, questions? If there are none, I would look for a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve with the parameters set by the city staff and contingent on an agreement made by the property owners and the developers on the retention pond.
I'll second that.
Have a motion, have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next item this evening, public hearing, minor subdivision.
And this one I do have something on, because this is a parcel that the city will be acquiring. This is on the west side of the liquor store where the delivery trucks, come off of Main Street and then kind of get to circle around the liquor store. Well, that, portion is, actually has other ownership, so the city was utilizing it to push snow and for deliveries, but using someone else's property. So, the city council, has agreed to purchase that parcel, but it needs to be split off from the bigger piece, which is all part of the property that the fitness center is on. So this would be a minor subdivision of 110 West Main that would allow the city to purchase the part that serves kind of as a street or alley around the liquor store.
So, has the owners of the fitness center applied for the minor subdivision?
No, the city did, because it's the city's desire to purchase it.
Well, the owners are gonna have to submit a minor subdivision, it's their
Well,
property.
The minor subdivision is submitted, how did I word that resolution? But the city's desire to purchase the property.
Well, it's pretty hard for another entity to wanna split someone else's property. And the owner would have to want the minor subdivision, right?
Well, the owner has already, executed the purchase agreement. So both the city and the owner have executed the purchase agreement.
You're right, but I'm saying, but the owner should be the one applying for the minor subdivision, because they're the ones selling their property and want it split.
Well, actually, the city wants it split so that the city can purchase it.
Well, I would check into it first, because
Yeah,
that makes absolutely no sense. It'd be like me going to Dwayne, I wanna split part of your property off so I can buy it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
file an application for it, and, you know, and I don't see an application in front of us.
No, because it's a parcel that the city is purchasing,
Which they don't own.
which we have a purchase agreement for.
I think we need
And
to
in order to purchase it,
we
the
need to see
city
an
needs
application from the owners.
minor subdivision.
Unless you can give me something else that doesn't say that, but I don't believe we can ask for a minor subdivision on someone else's property.
Well, we do conditional use permits based on options to purchase, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You've done that.
Yes, so there have been other zoning, what do I wanna say, matters that have come to the planning commission, even though the property has not technically changed hands yet.
So you want a condition placed on this, it's good until we get an application from the owners wanting to split it then?
I don't know that we need an application
Well-
from the owners. The city wants it split so that the city can purchase the parcel.
Which I understand that, but I think that
Okay.
the owners need to apply for the minor subdivision and have their property split.
Or the
So-
current owners sign on to the application with the city.
I mean,
Well,
that's what we need them saying they're willing to split their property. I mean,
Actually, he's already signed a purchase agreement saying that he's willing to sell the property as described. So this would be similar to someone who wants a conditional use permit when the conditional use is a condition of their purchase of the piece of property. So it's the purchaser.
Yeah, I
It's
understand
the-
what you're saying,
right.
but to me, it sounds like you're muddying things up by matching conditional use permits with subdivision. minor
Well, I'm
subdivision.
just saying there are zoning matters that
Right.
have come before this group before. So it wouldn't be the first time that it wasn't the property owner who was making the application.
But this isn't a conditional use permit, this is a
No,
minor
I'm not
subdivision.
saying that it's a
So-
conditional use permit, I'm saying that it's a zoning consideration.
Right.
It wouldn't be the first time that a zoning consideration was made by someone, application was made by someone other than the owner.
So we
Of
can,
the property.
you know, for legal matters, we could just hold a public hearing, get any discussion, then act on this at the next meeting if we're not comfortable with how it's being applied.
Well, I'm not comfortable with it at all. I mean, we don't have an application in front of us for a
Right.
minor subdivision at all. I don't care if it's a city or not. If anybody should be doing it properly, it should be us.
Great.
When is the city gonna take possession?
Actually, as soon as the legal description has been worked out, so. Then it'll go to closing.
So theoretically, by the time we sit down here next month, the city's already gonna be,
In ownership.
already gonna have ownership.
Of something that they shouldn't have had access to.
Well, if you don't have the property split, the title company's not gonna, when they do title search, that ain't gonna go through, so.
Can you just have the owner come up and sign off on
Well, I can get a
application?
hold of the owner does not live in town.
Okay,
And if the owner makes the application, do I have to collect $250?
not if the city.
Not if the city is a co-applicant.
Right,
The city could assume
Fee's
that
a
cost.
fee.
right, but the city is
Mhm.
sponsoring this.
Right.
For the city's benefit,
Yes,
and the
City council would have to
Yeah.
approve not collecting fees. Cause
Right.
minor subdivision, $150. City council would have to approve that to waive that fee, which we have done for other entities. But that isn't something that somebody can just waive, that's money, that's city council action.
Fundamentally, you pay yourself.
right.
Okay, say if city council approves it Wednesday, that we'll waive the fees or pay the fees for this application, can you somehow get him to co-sign the
I
application?
can scan and
Would that
email
be
something
acceptable?
over to him.
Well, don't we have to have a public hearing for,
Yes, but I think Dwayne's saying, can we have the
We
public
can
hearing?
hold the public hearing and not take any action.
Contingent on the application, how's that?
That's fine.
Saves a little money in republishing.
Yep,
Okay,
I agree with it, quite, it just doesn't feel right. The city applying for a subdivision on somebody else's property.
I get that, I do, I'm just trying to make it work where everybody is okay with it the way, would that be okay with you?
yeah, we'll do that.
Okay,
That is our path forward. We will have the public hearing this evening.
sure.
With that said, I will open up the public hearing. If either of you would like to share something, if you'd be kind enough to come up to the podium, give Linda your name and address.
Your turn.
Hello. Hey.
I'm Denise Suzuka, I have Country Pleasures Cafe. I really don't understand what we're doing regarding what's going to happen with the property or why. This is like reading a union contract. It's kind of like, you guys understand it, but I don't. So, that's where I'm at with it. But what has it got to do with my property and what's it gonna do for it?
Well, first off, you're notified because you're within so many feet of the property that's being discussed right now.
Mhm.
So everybody in that area will get notified.
Mhm.
So now you can come up and speak if you have some questions, concerns about it. Basically, it's, what's transpired is, we've been plowing snow back in this area back there, and kind of some people always thought it was a city cast and stuff, well, it's not, so.
Well, I
this-
know it's not city property, it's mine and his, I mean, my.
But actually, it was a fitness center's property, is where city's been stacking snow all these years, it's not an actual street there. Everybody, myself, always thought it was a street, 'cause the sign's on that side, the whole 9 yards.
Right.
So basically, the city, I wasn't at that meeting that they entered into the agreement with, but the city was purchasing that section of, now, I guess maybe street when it becomes the city's, and made a deal with the owners of the fitness center to purchase that. So, and the discussion tonight was just basically to be able to let them split that little section off, the end of that street, and legally then the city can purchase it.
Okay.
Do you have a map?
Um,
See it?
No.
That help you?
No. That's why I just got the letter and I don't have.
That big building.
Oh, I know the big building is Miller's and,
Yep.
oh, yeah.
So it
Right behind
has no impact on your property
Okay,
at all?
okay, 'cause the way the things are getting ripped
Yep.
up around here, I didn't know if we were going to make me an island. Okay,
Would
got
you
it.
like to be an island?
No, I don't wanna be an
Okay.
island. I've already have the street light put in the wrong spot. They took out my parking lot, the entire both sides.
Does anybody else have anything like to share? If not, we'll close the public hearing. So with that said, we're going to table?
Table it? No, I thought we were gonna approve it. Basically recommend that to get the right applicant on the application.
Okay.
And once that's done, then move forward.
Yeah, that's just recommendation of the council,
Mhm.
so we can recommend to the council that pending the application to approve with those conditions.
Good motion.
Is that a motion?
Sure.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you for coming in. Other business? Anybody have any other business?
No business.
Sorry to disappoint everybody with a 15-minute meeting.
Skull. Lonnie, you gonna go for track it all here at the end of the year?
Oh, yeah, I got to.
They've got a test in June, October 7th and 14th Saturday.
14th is when I planned.
I sent Steve, and I said if he wants to run his,
Yep.
and then, my
That
cousin,
is actually
we're
just
gonna
for
hopefully
your
try to have his car ready for all three
information. It
meetings,
is a
about
list,
going up one of
and
those
there's
days.
the gap,
Yep.
because I
So,
had
you
started
want me
this
to
in
send you notes
'96.
if we go?
And
The
I kinda
14th
let
is
it
what I
slide
have to
at
do, the 7th
03.
I'll be up in
And
Grand
everything I
Portage.
had upstairs that was
So I
in the
won't be
safe was
anywhere
from
around.
2012 to current,
I was
so I
kinda
did not go down to
hoping
the
to go
basement to dig out the old
next
stuff.
weekend.
So
They're
you
having
have a
an
list
open
of
day,
every
but
public hearing
can't do
that
that
we've
either.
done,
Yeah.
so you can see if there's any
Yeah, well, I'll
similarities,
let you know,
since we're
let
going
you know
through
if we
the
go up
code.
on the 14th.
If there's
Yeah.
things you wanna
Kevin-
change that you see a lot.
He's been trying to work
in
on
one area
Carl
or
Summer,
something,
he's fine.
you know,
We're supposed to
maybe
go
that needs to
Friday.
be updated or looked
I
at.
don't think I'll be able to get
So-
it Friday to go help.
All public hearings or just
Yeah.
public hearings up here?
I'll
No,
That
no,
is all
I'm
public
interested.
hearings.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep.
All right,
There's
sounds good.
plats, there's
Thank you.
final plats, there's minor subdivisions,
Okay.
there's everything in there,
Okay.
so,
Perfect. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Good, sorry.
No, I struggle with the same thing.
Yeah.